Hello indie game fans, it is already March, which means 2 months of 2022 have already passed, but I do hope that you have made some progress towards your personal goals for the year. As always, we have some updates and releases of indie games that I've yet to cover, with a nice variety across genres in this video, and do keep your eyes peeled for a giveaway somewhere in this video. Let's begin with Mayhem Brawler Wolfpack, a free update to this overlooked beat-em-up title, which adds a new playable character in She-Wolf, as well as revamps to arcade mode and various other changes. I do like the look of this, which, admittedly, is very similar to Streets of Rage 4 to its detriment, but it's more free content, so I'm not complaining. The developer of Roma Invicta did reach out to me, and I have to say, this strategy title does look pretty interesting. It has you on a mission to conquer ancient Gaul with your Roman legions, mixing real-time strategic combat with an overworld turn-based strategy component. The developer cites the Amiga classic North and South, as well as the Total War series as inspirations, but if you're a fan of strategy games, I'm sure that this will be of interest. One of the more stylish titles from last year is Aerial Knights Never Yield, an auto-runner title set in a futuristic Tokyo-style Detroit, where the developer has just released Da Update. This free patch added new bonus levels, new music, and endless mode, as well as changes to the UI, graphics, levels, and story, with the usual lots of bug fixes, making it the definitive way to experience this game. We back at it. I did also miss this update from January, so here it is, where Legend of Keepers Feed the Troll is the latest paid DLC for this pixel art roguelite RPG that I adore. Obviously, this adds a new Dungeon Master in the Troll Shaman Master, adding new monsters and even a new gameplay system in Sun and Moon Blessings, with some new artifacts and traps as well. I love to see the continued support for this game, with the developer alternating between free and paid DLC, so the core game just keeps getting better and better. Alright, so I did cover Real Roots at launch in 2021, being a very impressive minimalist management title where you're building and dispatching trains on your real network, but the developer wanted to let you know that the tutorial update went live, which showcases the finer details for both new and returning players. If you enjoyed titles like Mini Metro, I'm sure that you'll find something to love here, while I do love the abstract, minimalist look of the game, which can be quite pleasant.
I've seen things. A few things before. Left the sun and moon behind. Galaxies waiting to be found.
Obviously, this is the trailer for No Man's Sky Sentinel, the latest free update to the poster child for a comeback story in games, where I'm honestly very impressed with what the team has done and continues to do with the game.
treasures.
This update completely overhauls the combat mechanics, significantly changing up the Sentinel police robots that you encounter, and does also have new weapons, tools, and even a customizable mech protector as a companion on your travels.
A universe you wouldn't believe.
Since the 1.0 release in 2016, this is content drop number 18, which is a mind-blowing number, and it looks like the developer is not slowing down, making this one of the best survival games out there.
Who would have thought we'd turn to Harpies? Scarred by the storms, they lost their ability to fly.
A smaller but unique roguelite city builder that you might have missed is Against the Storm, since it is currently in early access on the Epic Games Store, where the developers are continuing to release updates, the latest of which is Grace of the Harpies, adding a new playable character, new buildings, caravans as a gameplay mechanic, and more perks and updates, making this even better.
Freedom is your birthright. They took it from you. Take it back.
A consistently popular first-person medieval combat title is Chivalry 2, where the developers are continuing to add new free content, with House Eberfell being the latest.
Save me! Stand with me! Throw down your arms or die! We bow to no man!
From the trailer, it looks to be based on Scottish history, where you have the Highland sword as a new weapon, as well as the incessant cries of freedom! But does also include a new map, new mechanics like capturing livestock and peasants, more new weapons, cosmetics, and more, making one of the best even better. We have a very interesting curiosity from February in the Steam release of Power Slave Exhumed, remastered for the modern era by none other than Night Dive Studios. As can be seen in this shot-for-shot comparison, the work has been done into remaking this PlayStation and Saturn game is very impressive, where it does fit right in with modern retro first-person shooters, and is a fantastic way to experience a classic game if you have not, where I myself do fall into that camp, having never played the originals. People in the Steam reviews are stating that this is the best version of the game, combining the best aspects from the earlier two versions, but is otherwise a boomer shooter through and through, making it for fans of the genre.
Facing corruption alone is a harrowing task. Some may say nigh impossible without aid.
The gift that keeps on giving is Children of Morta, a pixel art action roguelite that is one of the most compelling gameplay experiences out there, which, like No Man's Sky, has been getting constant updates, where the latest is Fellowship Sanctuary, adding online co-op support. I know that a number of you have been clamoring for such a mode, which is obvious in hindsight, where the developers have worked their magic to make this work. Sadly, it is the 8th and final update for this title from 2019, which has been a great run, so here's wishing the developers all the best on their next project, taking the #1 spot. For more roguelite titles, watch these videos and I will see you after the jump.
Play with your friends online because you know it's dangerous to go alone.